Goku's here!
Goku's here! It's over 9,000!
What is going on, everybody? Philip here from the Figure Bros, bringing you guys another review. Today we're taking a look at an old but good figure. Today we're taking a look at the SH Figuarts Scouter Vegeta, or as they just call it, Vegeta. This is the Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. Now, this is something I wanted in my collection to kind of fill out the rest of the Saiyan Saga figures. I have brought you guys reviews for Nappa. We've taken a look at Raditz. We've taken a look at the Saiyan Saga Goku, as there's been a bunch of those, actually. I think the last one for me to collect now is probably Turles. Now, I've been trying to keep my eye on this guy because this guy does fetch a high price today. So I was very fortunate that someone in one of my Facebook groups was selling a bunch of older figures. So I had to buy a lot of figures. So I ended up getting this guy only for 70 bucks, which I think is pretty good in today's time, especially in today's market too, because this guy can definitely go north of about 90 to almost $100+. So definitely got a good price on him. I'll throw up when this guy was originally dropped. I'm very curious to see as I unbox this to see how it looks, you know, and how it holds up to today's SH Figuarts. And also too, I want to drop a comment down below, guys. What do you think a figure like this realistically would go for today's market? And while you're doing that too, please do me the big favor, hit the like button. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to also that notification bell so you guys never miss when Jared or I drop a video. With that being said, let's go ahead and get this guy out of the box and take a look at how it stacks up to other SH Figuarts, like the accessories, what kind of articulation we were looking at, and see if like really is like the new 2.0 or 3.0, whatever 0.0 body we're on now. Let's see if they really are better than what they originally were. All right, now that we got Vegeta out of the box, let's go ahead, like we always do, take a look at articulation first. So starting off with the head, it can drop down about that much. It can look back up about that much. Definitely got some good range there. So SH Figuarts always doing pretty good with their articulation. Double ball peg, of course. Move over to the arms. Oh, his arms come off very, very easily. I think whoever I bought this from only kept them in his arm folding poses because they are very, very stiff too. So probably running under some hot water, which is fine. They do work pretty well, as you guys can see. Kick out about that much. Double jointed, pretty good. All that good stuff. Now, I think there's a butterfly joint. I'm going to go ahead and move his tail out of the way. Of course, you got the old school armor look. So yeah, there is a butterfly joint. Doesn't come out as much, which is fine. I don't need it to, and also because of the armor, it does impede a little bit, but you guys can see there's the butterfly joint. So not too bad there. Let's go ahead and get to the ab crunch. I don't think there's much of an ab crunch. Yeah, about that much. Let's go ahead and put his arms down so we can get a better view here. Can crunch down about that much. Really not a whole lot. It can go back about that much, and when you do get a little bit of the gapping, as you guys can see right there. It does come apart pretty easily too, and that's because of his tail. When he comes out of the box, he had the wrapping of the tail around his waist. I actually took that off and put this tail on because I think this one's actually a little bit better. I actually like this look. I like the actual tail look. And I'm very happy too that I did pre-order the grade 8 Vegeta, so that really will round out my entire Saiyan collection right there. So that'll be pretty good. I just need Turles next. Moving down to the legs, it can do about the splits about that much. And again, the armor pieces, and this is where SH Figuarts definitely improved. I do think their legs have come a long way as far as articulation goes. They can kick out about that much, as you guys can see. Not really a whole lot, and it can kick back about that much. We do talk about their over-engineering, but I will say they definitely gotten better. Knees, pretty good. I know they've gone back to single-jointed now, but as far as the old school ones go, still pretty good. I don't know what body you would call this one. I guess maybe this might be the 1.0 version. I have no idea what we're even classifying them at this point. And then, of course, we get the toe hinge with the ankle rocker. As you guys can see, it comes apart pretty easily. This figure is definitely more fragile, I would definitely say, as I've been able to take this whole figure apart pretty easily, which not a bad thing, but again, just something to just be aware of. If you guys do end up buying yourself a Scouter Vegeta, just know that he comes apart pretty easily. So let's go ahead and get him into a standard pose. I will say normally his balance is pretty good with the tail. Let's see if I can just get him to stand up for a minute. There we go, not too bad. So let's talk about the detail of this figure and how it stacks up to other SH Figuarts, particularly the newer ones. I will pull out a new Goku body here in just 1 second, but I do want to talk about the detail because I actually love the look of this Vegeta. That old school like anime style look I did wish I had like the Vegeta from the Daima series right now. I've been looking for him. If I do end up getting one, I might do like a real good comparison with the old, like all versions of Vegeta, because I have pretty much almost every Vegeta. I would like to get the adult Daima and see how it stacks up with all the other Vegetas. At some point too, I'm also going to pull out some of the third-party figures. I might even do an action figure versus, because I know Black Hole Toys makes this Vegeta as well. I'm very curious to see how it stacks up. But I gotta say, even for these old school figures, yeah, can articulation be a little bit better? Sure, it can be. The detail on him, pretty damn good, by the way, too. Love the Saiyan armor. Their painting is nothing to talk about, really. And that's always been like an SH Figuarts. They don't really do a whole lot with their paint and shadings and stuff like that. Some figures, sure, but not for a whole lot. You guys can see, like, even like the inside the thighs, man, they are like stiff. So we do get a thigh cut, which is nice. Damn, this one's really, really, really stiff. I can't get the thigh to cut at all. So yeah, definitely run under some hot water for sure. Now let's go ahead and bust out a new school figure, excuse me. So here we go. This is also too one little issue that I also have too. You guys can see Goku and Vegeta, how they stack up head to head. That should not be it. Vegeta should definitely be shorter. You guys all know Vegeta's a pretty short character in the anime, so this is also one gripe I also have too. It's just their side proportions not that great, but still pretty good on the detailing. We can also see too how like they've really just, this used to be, they have single jointed knees now, which still do pretty good, but you guys can see this one with double joint can't even really kick back, not as much as like this one does. So even for an old school figure, they still did some things right back then. I actually would be preferred this model, to be honest with you. The one thing also too I would mention too are these armor plates. They all fall off pretty easily. I am happy that we don't have these anymore. Some figures are better than others. Like I will say, like Captain Ginyu, his armor pieces do not fall off nearly as much. All right, I had to actually do that off camera because that was a pain in the ass to get back on. And yeah, we get a tail, single ball joint right there on the tail. Pretty nice. I actually prefer this look with the tail up for the Saiyans, not around the waist. So that's just me, just a personal preference. Moving on to the accessories, I'm gonna put them off to the side here. We actually get a good spread of accessories. So we get a full extra head, which is really nice. And then we actually do get 2 face plates with the hair. And I love these old school anime faces. Definitely old school Vegeta right there. I like how he has the one vein right there. This would be the over the 9,000 face with the Scouter on. Speaking of that Scouter, we actually get the Scouter because it wouldn't be a Scouter Vegeta without it. We get a pair of open palm hands, which are really nice. And then we get the gripping hands too, which are nice. I do wish we got the Gallic gun hands. We don't necessarily get that. I do like this accessory too, by the way. This is him crushing the Scouter right there when he would say it's over 9,000. As you guys saw in the box, he comes with these folding arm hands. I might be in the minority. I just absolutely hate this folding arm look. I hate it. I despise it. I'm glad that it does look like SH Figuarts is kind of moving away from these and giving us a little bit more spread of accessories, which is something they should do. And then, of course, the tail that does come with them on there, as you guys can see, it kind of like pegs in right inside here as well, too. There we go. So you guys can display them with that look as well. I prefer his tail standing up. All in all, I think it's a pretty good Vegeta. Again, this is just something that I just wanted to fill out my collection with, just because this is the series that all started for me, man. I started watching Dragon Ball Z, and this was the series that got me hooked on right here. This was the Saiyan Saga, and I didn't look back since then. So to finally fill out the collection with the Scouter Vegeta, I am curious to see how the Black Hole Toys one compares. I think that's something I'm probably going to look at. Maybe I'll buy it. And maybe we'll do an action figure versus with the Black Hole Toys versus the SH Figuarts. Definitely want to keep my eye open for the adult Daima Vegeta, because I want to see how that one compares and see how well they're doing it. Can articulation be better? Sure, but it's an older figure, definitely one of their early iterations. Definitely have come a long way. I felt like the last couple of years, SH Figuarts, I want to say probably 2, maybe 3 years ago, SH Figuarts was definitely cooking. I will say the last year and a half, I felt like they've really, really fallen off. So I don't know. That's probably a different topic for a different day, different video that I definitely want to talk about. Overall, I'm going to give this Vegeta the time for the when it was made to today, how it would stack up. And that's another thing too. What do you guys think this would cost us today? 3 heads, folding arm, two Scouter accessories, 2 pairs of hands, another tail. I would imagine this probably goes for about $75, $90. So I think that's why I got it for a really good deal. I paid $70 for this. I think at the time this thing was originally released, I'm sure it's probably like $50. Maybe I'll put up a photo of when the original MSRP for this figure was and when that dropped. Overall, I'm going to give him a solid 7.5 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 I think is fair. 8 out of 10 is where I'm going to land on this one. Again, just very happy to have this in my collection, the Scouter Vegeta. And again, I am about 2 to maybe 3 figures away from completing the Saiyan Saga. Great if Vegeta's already pre-ordered. Now I got to go search for Turles. That's going to do it for me. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. If you did, please give it a thumbs up button. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.